what does living in flow look like? That is what we're going to find out today on Set to Love with Psychology Insight Coach Angie Ratcliffe. Welcome.
You can live a life in flow where your deepest heart's desires become reality.
You are here to contribute through your essence, fall deeper in love with your life and the journey that you are on.
Take what works, ditch the rest, and always stay set to love.
Thank you for being a part of this community. We're all designed to live in flow. So let's go.
Yay!
Hi.
Good morning. Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Good morning, Angie Ratcliffe. Welcome to Set to Love. How are you this morning?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. My gardener's here, so I hear a lot of noise outside.
We don't hear it.
I can hear
good.
it.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show, Angie. It's a short morning show here, and so we just want to dive right in.
Sure.
Do you want to just give us a brief introduction? Tell us about yourself and the work that you do.
Sure. So I'm Angie, and let's see, really Cole's Notes version here. I'm a recent divorcee, 47 years old, gone back to school, got my coaching certification, and I'm doing my master's in counseling psychology. And yeah, I'm kind of reinventing, restarting my life and trying to inspire other women that it's, never too late to start over, start fresh, and kind of, live in your flow.
I love it.
Welcome
to the club.
Thanks.
Any children, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I have a 21 and a 19-year-old.
Very
Hey,
good.
my daughter's going to be 21 in 2 days. I'm going out there to go visit her. So, and I have many kids after her, but yeah, so kids around the same age. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So my first question for you is, we always are looking for anyone out there online who's talking about flow, living in flow. So for you, your Instagram is living flow state with underscores in between that. Am I correct? That's the right one, right? Yeah. So making sure I was telling people the right one. And where did this come up for you? So at what point were you like, oh, I know we can live in a flow state or living this flow state? Where did that idea spring up for you?
Well, I'd say that my initial concept of flow has changed from what it is now. It's been a really interesting evolution of awareness of what it actually is. So it kind of, for me, would have started with, that high that you get when you're doing those activities that you love, where it's just, you're so in the moment and, you want to take that mental picture just to keep it there forever.
Yep.
I would say, for me, it was doing things like traveling, running, snowboarding, doing more active kinds of things. And I would say my evolution of it has definitely changed to learning to be that if I want to experience all states of flow, that I have to be able to be comfortable experiencing all ranges of emotions. So it's kind of learning, not to be a stranger with yourself and investing in the curiosity of your own life and your own feelings. So, as an example, I've recently just gone through a really significant breakup. And I kind of, I made a commitment to myself that I really wanted to learn something from it and grow from it. And so I made this commitment that I would just take the pause and be mindful of every emotion that I was experiencing when I was experiencing it. So, for the first couple of weeks, if I was in the grocery store and a song came on, and, one day I was standing in the avocados and I just started crying in the avocados. But, it was important for me because I thought, okay, this is also living in flow. I'm present and mindful and fully aware and invested in what I'm feeling. And I feel like because when you can experience a wide range of emotions, you're able to heighten the experience of the highs, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
My question for you, like, because we're basically talking about your experience right now, which would be
Yeah.
the divorce.
Yeah.
Do you feel that, like, obviously you may have felt sad because you were crying. You may have anger because you're mad at whatever happened. Do you think to have that flow state that you had to deal with I'm like curious how you're doing with your ex-husband now. Did you have to forgive to have the flow? Like, where are you? Because it's, you're in control of your own flow, right? And you have to
Yeah.
learn, like you're saying, you have to have all these different emotions. But what about those people that are stuck in anger or stuck somewhere? Like, how did you do that?
So for me, forgiveness came for myself. I had to learn to find it for myself. And that's definitely, I think, once you can get there, prior to being to finding forgiveness, then you're stuck. You're just so stuck. And I think you do have to evaluate and really do a deep dive on where it is that you're stuck. So for me, yeah, it was definitely getting out of shame and finding self-forgiveness. And I feel like once you can do that, you really do open up, it's like clearing the cobwebs. And once you can do that, then you just open yourself up for new experiences. It's hard to do that when there's still so many unresolved emotions that you have inside. It's just, you become super saturated. So I feel like, by attending to the ones that the existing ones, dealing with those ones, then you can open yourself up for new experience.
Well, I think what's beautiful about what you just said is that you looked at yourself first. You want to forgive yourself. You want to get rid of your pride and all of that, because we can't change another person. So
Right.
You working on you offers, a better situation all around anyway. And then you find your flow in the process. So I think that's beautiful. You pretty much nailed it.
Thank you. Yeah, my personal belief is that any adversity that we have in our life is an opportunity, for you to learn something about, regardless of whether something happened to you or, it's still your opportunity to look at, what did this do for me? And there's always a life lesson from anything, I think. And yeah, if you show that willingness and openness to learn something about yourself, I do feel like it helps move through the process. It's difficult to get there sometimes, to acknowledge, like, oh, I have something that I can learn about myself from this. But once you're able to get into that place, then you can just process things at just a different rate. Yeah.
My question for you, one of the things that we talk a lot about in creating this life in flow is courage, and how courage is such a key component to really creating a life in flow. Have you found that to be true for you as well? Do you have any experiences where wherever you were kind of in that low space, that sort of harder space where you're just with your feelings, with your emotions, did you find that being courageous or doing something courageous helped to propel you into a different state of awareness and perception of things?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think being single at this age, I was married for, almost 20 years, and then I went directly into another relationship. But I think what happens, now you have to learn to do all these things by myself. I had to learn to do it on my own, like yesterday, I spent the entire day working on my taxes. I've never done my taxes in my life. And just doing these little things, which to other people might not seem significant, but for me, it's that reminder that, oh, I can do this. I am capable. And, by doing the little things, it builds up your self-efficacy and your confidence. And I think it does make you more courageous to take on bigger projects. And I've realized now that whatever I undertake, I'll get through it. I'll figure it out. And, I have the skills and the capability and to do it. So
what's coming to mind for me is, I am woman, hear me roar.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we are powerful, and it's your mindset. That's so great, because I think all the, like your taxes, it can be so overwhelming. But then once you get through it and achieving something you've never done before, there really is some kind of satisfaction that gives you flow and joy all at the same time. Like, wow, I did that.
Yeah. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I decided that, okay, I need to put my house on the market. And within literally, I think it was, 4 days, I had prepped my house for sale, sold my house, bought a new house, and I just like, it was just like boom, boom, boom. And the universe just kind of everything. It was such this beautiful, positive experience. And it just felt so good. It's like, I did this on my own. So yeah, it's been a lot of growth. I mean, a lot of it's been like, I make it sound like it's so romantic, and, it really sucks sometimes. It's hard, but I think I've learned to have gratitude for the hard times too, just being comfortable sitting in that, just the stuff that sucks, like being comfortable sitting in that and not attaching it's not negative. It's just another feeling. It's just, like, what is this emotion trying to teach me? What is the purpose of this emotion? And just being comfortable sitting in it. And, sometimes I'll just get flooded with, or flooded or overwhelmed with some emotion. And I, have a quick cry, and then, okay, I'm good. What's
Move
next?
on.
Yeah.
And one of your other things that you're also saying is that I think is amazing is you're not staying stuck in all this sadness.
Mm-hmm.
You're still having those moments of sadness and you're dealing with it. And that's what I want people to really hear you, because you're also going forward at the same time. And you have this flow state of just keep moving. And then on top of that, aren't you so excited about what's in front of you, who you might meet, what experiences you're going to get to have? I mean, you don't know what's on the other side. You're not there yet.
Well, it's funny you said that, because I made that a post exactly like that on Instagram. Like, you don't actually know what's on the other side of a door you've never been through before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think, there's a lot of people who do stay stuck in, the potential of like the what ifs, and what if I never find somebody, or what if it doesn't work out, or what if I can't, what if I can't make this, all the what ifs. And I mean, it makes sense. Like, of course, we should be responsible in evaluating our future, but to get stuck in the what if, I mean, then you're just stuck in limbo. It keeps you're just treading water as opposed to swimming. And yeah, there's some days where I'm scared, like the future it's just me, and it's big, and, I have a lot of unknown variables. However, I do believe that, you create, if I want a joyful life, I'm going to have a joyful life just by virtue of choosing activities that serve my purpose or help me find joy. And a big part, I think, of living in flow is aligning yourself to your core values. So if you can live your life according to your values, I think that really helps you find your flow, for sure.
I love that. We talk a lot about creating careers and the hobbies and the doing in life, and making sure that whatever you are doing, that it is in alignment with truly who you are.
For sure.
Like, truly your heart, what brings you the most joy. And when you can fill a need with that joy, when you can like take your essence and make someone else's life better, like that is the most beautiful flow synergy out there. And so do you have any final thoughts maybe around career or hobbies or the doing part of life and creating flow with that piece of yourself?
I mean, in terms of my own personal hobbies, I really, my values are like, I really value my mobility. So I'm very active. I'm also, mindfulness is hugely important to me. It's been probably the best mental health resource I've ever found. I have a really committed mindfulness practice. And I think that in anything helps me be a better person, and also, again, helps me find, keep flow, because it's just that it's that presence, it's the pause, it's the breath, it's all of those things that keep you going throughout your day. So, yeah.
I think also I want to give you a compliment too, is that the example you're setting for your kids, even though they're young adults, but the example that you're showing them being strong and loving and working on yourself, indirectly knowing this because I'm divorced and my actions years later, it's going to be such a benefit to your children and your family going forward. You're going to take a negative thing and really make it to it's the best of a bad thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. I think my son looks at me and thinks I'm absolutely nuts, like my age back in school. I think he's just like, why on earth would you want to do that? But the perspective of a 19-year-old boy versus, my perspective, and I'm completely a lifelong learner. And the opportunities are there if you open yourself up for them. And going back to school was not only a necessity for me to help propel myself forward, but it's also an amazing opportunity. And I've grown so much from it and learned so much. So, and it's just really cool, the stuff that I'm learning to be able to use with clients. And yeah, it's been such an amazing experience.
Well, I think we need to have her back, Eva. What do you think?
I know. Okay, Shelley, isn't it so funny? So, Angie, I know you don't know this, but like both Shelley and I are divorced. We have kids around the same age. Like just listening to you, I'm like, is she not part of the Flow Club? Like, hello. You're speaking our language on so many levels. And what's so beautiful about this, and I keep saying this over and over, when something wants to be created, it just finds open vessels to like drop in that wisdom, that knowledge. And it's so amazing that synchronistically, here you are in the world. And there are many more of us out there who are talking about flow, about creating a life in flow, that it isn't just a flow state. It isn't just that 1 hour to 4 hours to whatever, that short period of time, but you can truly live this way. It's such a different way of showing up and just being in the world and interacting with everything in the world. So I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to your intuition and coming on this journey and for being on our show today. And I cannot wait to have you back and tell you more about stuff that we're doing, and hopefully you'll get involved with it. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks. I would love that. Thank you.
You're just beautiful. You really are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, don't hang up yet. Let me say bye to everyone out there, and then we'll say bye to you as soon as we end the show. So thanks everyone for being here today. You can find us at settolove.com. If you have questions, if you want to email us or looking for some support, we are at set2lovepodcast@gmail.com. We are here weekday mornings. Angie, thank you so much. Hang on. Bye, everyone. I love you so much.
Hit the bell.